Welcome to EY.AI Unplugged Season 2, AI Agents of Impact, a special series by EY India Insights. In this episode, Business Transformation Through AI, we explore how Indian organizations are using AI to reimagine strategy, transform operations, and create enterprise-wide value at scale. Our guest for today is Anurag Gupta, leader at EY Parthenon India, who works closely with CXOs on strategy-led, AI-enabled transformation programs across industries. Anurag, a very warm welcome to you and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Pallavi, and happy to be here. AI is a very interesting topic. We are all very busy thinking, working with clients on that. So happy to talk about it.
Thank you, Anurag. So, Anurag, to begin with, how have organizations implemented GenAI initiatives at different stages of maturity? And what key considerations should organizations at varying maturity levels keep in mind when investing in AI? Also, what are the common challenges that organizations face across these maturity levels?
Well, basis all the interactions that we've had with various clients across sectors, what we find is that different organizations have different level of understanding and buying into what AI can deliver for their business and their organization. So to that extent, the AI literacy across organizations, across hierarchy in those organizations, their understanding of the value that it can generate varies significantly. Also, a lot of these organizations are not yet ready, are not mature enough in terms of having the right data to be able to leverage AI tools, having the right data security to ensure that all compliance aspects are taken care of, and also having buy-in and excitement and enthusiasm among their people in their organizations to leverage and embed AI. Hence, everybody is at very different stages of maturity. Those who are relatively low on the scale of maturity have definitely been working to use some standalone tools, Gen AI tools. It could be for basic research, it could be for some basic transaction processing, some standalone point use cases. But the others who are far more mature are the ones that have started to think of what value they can generate out of AI. They've started to think of new business models. They've started to think of reimagining their business processes across different functions and embedding AI into it. So I would sincerely urge organizations to one, obviously, learn more about what AI can do, and then define a journey, an AI journey for their organization, a roadmap which sort of keeps in mind their current maturity levels. And as the maturity levels go up across different vectors, they can start thinking of bigger AI-led interventions in the transformation journey. Some of those challenges that we've seen organizations face is one, lack of clarity of what value will AI deliver, lack of readiness of the aspects on AI governance, on data security, on their own people across leadership as well as across the organization, ready to accept AI use cases or AI agents into what they do on a day-to-day basis. So we've seen organizations which have sort of taken a leap when they were not ready, trying to do bigger POCs and bigger AI interventions have not succeeded. They've only ended up doing those POCs or proof of concepts. They've not been able to really scale it up. So it's important that organizations sort of chart out a very clear roadmap based on the maturity of their current state of AI readiness.
Thank you, Anurag. Now, why is AI-ready data critical for the success of AI and GenAI initiatives? And what are the common misconceptions that boards and executives often have about AI data readiness? And what are the steps that they should take in order to build a AI-ready data practice?
Well, this is a very important aspect of of getting success from various AI initiatives. Because ultimately, the AI algorithms, whether they are LLMs, whether they are small language models, they are going to take actions, they are going to perform tasks, they are going to come up with outputs based on the input that is provided to them. And when we talk about enterprises, if the enterprises have not provided the right quality and width and depth of data to those AI algorithms in those use cases, we are likely to see wrong outputs. We're likely to see wrong conclusions being drawn. We're likely to see wrong, transactions or tasks being performed. And that then obviously will sort of bring the organization back to square one. They will stop believing in the power of AI. They will feel that it's not for them. So it's important to have the right quality and quantity of data, which feeds into enterprise level AI algorithms and initiatives which leverage that. The misconceptions that a lot of boards and executives have is because everybody in most organizations believe they have a lot of data, and structuring that data or being data ready for AI is something that they already have been in. Well, data readiness for AI is at a different level in terms of how we need to organize our enterprise data and make it available at the right time for the AI algorithms and models to leverage. So to do that, organizations will need to clearly, as they think through their AI roadmap, the first step in that will have to be to look at the enterprise-wide data and put in the right plumbing, if I may use the term, to make the enterprise data available, the right data available for each of the algorithms and use cases that are being put into practice. And ensuring that and validating the fact that they're inputting the right data into each of those algorithms, so that then the trust in the output and the actions that the AI models take goes up. Hence, it's extremely critical for all organizations to really get their data strategy, their data governance right, so that the outcomes are as per expectation and they're able to generate value out of it.
Thank you, Anurag. Now, how are organizations approaching the decision between buying AI solutions versus building them in-house? So, according to you, what are the advantages and disadvantages of each strategy?
Well, that's a decision tree organizations will have to go through for various AI solutions as they go through this journey. There are various startups, there are various AI service providers, if I may use the term, which are bringing in some ready AI platforms or solutions. Uh, in the One of the criteria is obviously speed of implementation. If if there are ready AI models or if there are AI ready platforms available and they're not mission critical, that's a good, I would say, criteria to use AI solutions bought from some of these external entities versus building them in-house. What's mission critical to the business? What's obviously proprietary and unique to our business? What's largely going to be an enterprise level, large scale AI intervention or transformation that needs to be in-house. Now, building it in-house has its own challenges in terms of having the right AI architects and engineers within the team who could sort of build it and then obviously once they build it, implement as well as scale up and then maintain. So that's an advantage if you're building it in-house. You can then not just design and build, you also implement, scale, and then maintain through an in-house setup. You protect your enterprise data. It need not go out of your entire enterprise architecture, enterprise boundaries, versus when you go out and leverage outside solutions, you will be dependent on those AI solutions and platforms the way they've been designed. So I would say uh, low risk, uh, where speed of implementation is important or the risk is low, one should use the ready available AI solutions. And those which are core to the enterprise, mission critical, and are likely to have high value over a period of time should be built in-house. But each of these organizations are obviously at different stages of maturity, taking their calls between buying or building in-house.
Thank you, Anurag. Now, lastly, how does EY help clients unlock business value through AI? And what is your perspective on the transformative potential of AI across industries?
Well, I mean, I and the entire colleagues in EY, we all very strongly believe AI has a massive transformation potential for industries, for clients across industries. This is a technology which comes once in a few decades. We had with the mobile phone, we had the internet, we had the computer, which came, a decade back, and prior to that, AI is, to my mind, far more transformative than that. So, in terms of the potential that AI has to drive greater productivity across industries and organizations, its ability to sort of disrupt existing business models and operating models, its ability to add value to a lot of business and operating models is massive. If we see the ITES sector today, it's the most disrupted because AI is now driving significant productivity and revenue compression. But at the same time, it's also offering new opportunities for clients in those industries. So I believe across sectors, whether it's healthcare, whether it's technology, whether it's consumer, whether it's industrial, there is a lot of transformative potential AI offers. We at EY are working with our clients to be able to define their roadmap, AI roadmap, to be able to bring sources of AI generated and led delivered value across functions, whether it's supply chain. There's a massive program we are doing with one of the global FMCG majors to make their supply chain autonomous. Similarly, in India, when we look at procurement as a function, we're working with a large conglomerate to completely automate their procurement function and various transactions that the function adopts. So across sectors and sector value chains, across functions, on the people side, on human resources, being ability to train people to be able to assess competencies, to provide customized training to people in clients' organizations. Those are some other use cases that we've been working on. And we clearly see the transformative potential there. So EY is completely lock, stock, and barrel working with our clients to be able to unlock the business value across these functions and in their respective sectors.
Thank you, Anurag. That brings us to the end of this episode. Thank you so much once again for joining us and sharing all your perspectives on how businesses are being transformed by AI.
Thank you, Pallavi. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And thank you to all our listeners. You've been listening to EY.AI Unplugged Season 2, AI Agents of Impact, a special series by EY India Insights. To explore more perspectives on how AI is driving business transformation across industries, visit ey.com/in. Stay tuned as we continue to spotlight leaders shaping the future of transformation through AI. Until next time, this is Pallavi signing off.